Hi ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since I posted my last video, and because I was all tied up with my real job, and there was no time for me to do any video shooting nor do any video editing, and the job is moving slowly and painfully. But this time I received a kit from NuNu, one of the new releases, and if you've been following NuNu's releases, you probably realize this is the fourth releases of the Audi R8 racing car, and this time it is the Nürburgring 2019 24 hours winner, and it's a colorful livery, and it's different from some of the other livery. And I think if you saw my review of the kit, this one is probably very similar. So let's open the box and take a look inside and see what we have. Okay, again, the box is packed with parts. And first of all, we see is the tree contains of all the clear parts. And then of course we have a small box of chrome parts, mainly the light housing, and also the tires. And again, NuNu wants me to remind you guys that the tire have been molded in a slanted profile to mimic the negative camber of the wheels in the real car. And of course we have some poly caps, and then we have the main body. Again, it's the same casting from the old kit, and this is probably the new sprues in this particular kit. A large bag filled with the bottom tray, some of the light housing, the wheels, and then the brake discs and other suspension parts, the front intake, and also the radiator. And last bag we have the engine compartment, the driver's compartment, plus the rear chassis, and then the anti-roll cage, 2 door panels, and then all the detailing parts in the driver's compartment, the instrument panel and the commons, and the rear wing, and also some other detailing parts. And then we come to one of the real difference between this kit and the older releases is the decal sheet. And then we have, as usual, the instruction. Let's look at the instruction. Now, I assume most of the assembling steps are the same as the older model, so we can just go through them very quickly. The only different parts is when we come to the front bumper. This is here, and we can see that there's a new aerial fixture at the front bumpers. And then next we have the same rear wing, and then the decal placement instruction. And at the end of the instruction, again, we have the layout and the content of all the sprues in the box. Okay, let's check the molding of the main body. And the molding of the body, it's I think it has been improved. As in the past, there's a little sink mark along the door panel on both sides, and now it seems to be fixed. There's no longer any sink mark. So each time when NuNu release a new kit, I think they improved the molding a bit. And of course this area is brand new, so that they can fit the new aerial fixture in there. Very nicely done. Okay, now let's look at the main bags of 2 large sprue And if any one of you had built this kit before, you probably noticed the injection and everything looks similar, and the quality is pretty much the same. So it can turn into a really nice interior. And on this frame B, we have the rear wings and some of the detailing up parts for the engine compartments and also the driver's compartment. The shock absorbers, racing seats, the gearbox, and also some of the parts for the engine. And of course the exhaust have been hollowed out by using sliding modes. There's no sink mark, and all the ejection pin marks are hidden once the parts are assembled. And in this bag we have large sprue which contain the bottom tray, and then we have the brake discs, some of the front suspension or the rear suspension, I forgot, and this is, I suppose, is the front wheel well and suspension parts, the radiator, the some of the control panel inside the driver's compartment. And then we also have the air intake for the front radiator. And the casting is very similar to previously, so the quality is quite nice, and the detail is quite sharp. And in the same bag of parts we have the wheels, and these are the same wheels that we had before, so they can be painted into a very nice rendition of the real wheels. And also a small sprue of light housing, which should be black in color, or if you want to detail that up, it should be in carbon fiber. And then we come to the this is the new sprue of this particular car, and you can see that the injection is very nice and very clean, and all the ejection marks will be hide once the parts are assembled. I'm not sure the front grille is different from the old one, but it must be, or else they wouldn't have put it into this new sprue. And then we come to the bags of a small tree of chrome parts, probably for the lights, the front lights and the rear lights, and also a couple small parts for the rear wheel mirrors. And then we have the tires. I'm not taking them all out because it's similar to the old one, I suppose. So here are the tires. I can tell this is the rear tire because you can see the profile is a bit straighter, and this is the front tire, and you can see the profile is going sideways. Now when you install the tires, make sure the thinner side of the tire fit into the inside of the wheel, because with this angle you can mimic the correct negative camber of the front steering wheels, and the back is more like with less of a negative camber angle. So here is a caution when you install the wheels. And please don't sand it completely flat, because you will waste all the effort to try to mimic the negative camber of the front wheels, which no model kit had ever portrayed before, not until NuNu came up with this kind of solution. So here's the tires. And then lastly we have the clear parts. As usual, the clear parts is very smooth, very clear, and looking through the camera lenses, I don't see much distortion on the kit's parts. Very nice. And then lastly we come to the set of decals. First of all, let's look at the small piece of decal come with the kit. silver and also black hot stamping decal. It should look very nice once it's applied on the model, and the printing is very detailed. I don't see any registration problem with this one. And here's a small sheet contains of the matte black trimming for the window plates, and also the front lights, I suppose, or the sun front lights. These are in matte black. Save you sometimes in painting the trimmings. And the next decals are all the sponsors and detailed markings on the car, and let's look at it in a more close way. And when in close up, you can see the printing of the decal is very nice. The registration is very good, and the white is very solid. All the colors are bright and nicely printed. As usual, NuNu's decals has a very good quality. And lastly, we come to the main sheets of decals that covers the color livery of the car. Again, the printing is very sharp. The colors are very solid and bright, and the demarcation is very clean and clear, and the registration is spot on. And here we can take a closer look of the printing. No registration problem with the printing whatsoever. And here is a sample of how good NuNu's decal is. I have built up this body of this version, which I didn't have time to finish up yet. And the decal have been put on this particular car body with the help of only Gunzer's Mark Setter and Mark Softer. And you can see that the decal went on this particular kit really nicely. Now I've clear coat this, but I haven't sand it smooth and then given any buffing. But you can see that the decal conformed onto the car body very well. There's a little bit of touch up here and there, but mostly the decal went on without much problem. So you can trust on NuNu's decals. That's the latest release of another version of Audi R8 LMS EVO. And overall, it's a very nice kit, and the livery, if you like the bright color livery, this is a very nice livery to work on. And of course, with the kit, one should also get the detailer parts. Well, the detailing up parts are very similar to the last one, except we have some new parts for the photo edge. Here is the new aerial parts for the front bumper, and I think the front grille is slightly different from the old one. And then again, if you look at the back, there are 3 pieces of decals of carbon fiber. So I'm not going to take my time going through this, because I reviewed the detailer parts before, and the only difference is the change of some of the parts, and the quality is, as usual, very high. And if you want to build a model into a more detailed manner, you probably need the detailing up set parts. So here is a quick review of the new release of the newest version of Audi R8 from NuNu, and its detail parts are available from hobbyeasy.com. Once again, I thank NuNu for sending me the sample for review, and thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.